Good. You found it. You went looking for something quiet tonight, and you found me, and there is a reason for that. Tonight, you and I are going to walk through a house that is yours, though you have forgotten most of its rooms. And by the time we reach the still place at the bottom of it, you will have left a letter for someone who needs it more than you know, yourself, on a morning you have not yet lived. So let yourself settle now. There is no hurry here. There has never been any hurry, though the day tried to convince you otherwise. Feel the weight of you sinking, just slightly, into whatever holds you. The faint give beneath your shoulders. The small surrender of your spine letting go of its long, dutiful straightness. You carried a great deal today. You can set it down at the door. It will still be there in the morning if you truly want it back. And I suspect you will want far less of it than you imagine. Let your breath go a little longer on the way out. Not forced, just unhurried. As though each exhale were a candle dimming, one after another, down a long silver hallway in the back of your mind. And if this quiet is helping you settle, you can subscribe, and tomorrow night there will be another journey waiting for you here. No pressure, only an open door, should you want it. Now back to the house. I want to tell you about a habit I asked of nearly everyone who ever sat across from me in the lamplight. It was such a small thing that some of them laughed when I said it. They had come to me carrying enormous troubles, sleepless years, marriages gone silent as snow, a grief they could not name, and I would lean forward and ask them to keep a notebook by the bed. That was all. A notebook and a pencil and the willingness to write down what they saw in the dark before the morning could talk them out of it. Some of them thought I was being modest, hiding the real cure behind a parlor trick. But I was not hiding anything. The notebook was the cure, or the beginning of it. Because a dream, you see, is a letter. It is a letter written to you, by a part of you that does not use words during the day. It arrives in the night, sealed in strange images, and if you do not open it, it does not stop being sent. It only stops being read. So picture the notebook now, resting on the small table beside you. It is not new. The cover is soft at the corners from being handled. The spine has loosened in that way a book loosens only when it has been opened again and again by the same patient hand. This is the journal you have been keeping for years, in the story we are telling tonight. And though you do not remember writing in it, every page is in your own handwriting. Some of it from long ago, some of it from a self you have not yet become. You are going to walk through your house tonight to find a particular page. But the house knows things you do not, and it will not be hurried either. So we begin where you always begin, at the top, in the rooms you know. You are standing in the hallway of the place where you live. Not the real one, exactly, the one underneath it, the one your mind keeps even when the address changes. The light here is faint and kind. It comes from nowhere in particular, the way light does in the places we visit only when we are nearly asleep. A soft silver glow, low along the walls, enough to see by and not enough to wake you. Run your hand along the wall as you move. Feel the small familiar imperfections. A doorframe you have brushed 1,000 times. The little dip in the floor where the wood has worn from your own going back and forth. These rooms are the daylight you. The rooms you show people. The rooms you keep tidy in case someone knocks. There is the room where you are competent. There is the room where you are kind. There is the room where you are the one who holds everyone else together. And you have kept that room so very clean for so very long. Stand in the doorway of that room for a moment. The one where you hold everyone together. Notice how tired it is in there. Not broken. You have not let it break, but tired in the way a thing is tired when it has not been allowed to be anything else. I want you to feel something gentle for that room tonight. Not pity, just recognition. The way you might feel for an old friend who has been standing guard at a door for years and has only just been told they may sit down. This is the self the world has met, and it is real, and it is good, and it is not all of you. It was never meant to be all of you. A person who is only their daylight rooms is like a house with the cellar bricked over, perfectly presentable, and slowly, quietly, going cold from beneath. So let us go looking for the rest of the house. There was a woman who came to me once. I will change enough that she remains hers and not yours, but the shape of it was true. She was, by every visible measure, a success. Composed, admired. She ran her days the way a good clockmaker runs a shop, everything ticking, everything in its place. And she came to me because she had begun to dream, every few nights, of a part of her house she did not recognize. A door at the end of a hallway that, in waking life, simply was not there. In the dream she would stand before it, and feel a draft of cold air slipping out from beneath it, and she would wake with her heart going like a hammer, certain that something on the other side was waiting for her. She wanted me to make the dream stop. That is what most people want, at first. Make the strange thing go away, so I can go back to my tidy hallway. And I told her, as gently as I am telling you now, the dream is not the problem. The dream is the letter. Someone in the house is trying to reach you. And the only thing crueler than the cold draft under that door would be to brick it over and pretend you never felt it. So I asked her to keep the notebook. And I asked her to do one more thing when she next stood before that door in the dream. Not to fling it open, not to be brave, only to stay, to stand there a moment longer than fear wanted her to, and to notice the grain of the wood, the color of the cold light beneath it, whether the draft smelled of anything, dust or rain or some far-off remembered thing. Because the unconscious, you see, does not respond to force. It responds to attention. It is like a shy animal at the edge of a clearing. Charge at it, and it is gone. Sit very still and breathe and wait, and slowly, slowly, it comes closer. You have such a door, you know. We all do. So let us go find yours. Turn now, in your house, and walk past the tidy rooms. Past the room where you are competent, with its lights still on. Past the room where you hold everyone together. Let your feet carry you to the end of the hallway, where the light grows fainter and the air cools just slightly against your skin. There is a place here where the daylight house ends and something older begins. You have always known it was there. You simply learned, long ago, not to look directly at it. And there it is, a door you do not remember, set into the wall at the end of the hall, where, if anyone asked you, you would have sworn there was only wall. It is an old door, darker than the others. The handle is worn smooth and faintly cool to the touch, as though many hands have rested on it before yours, though every one of those hands was your own. You do not have to be brave. I want you to hear me say that. Bravery is the daylight virtue, all clenched and effortful, and we have left the daylight behind. Down here, the only thing asked of you is willingness, the small, quiet yes of someone who has decided, just for tonight, not to look away. So rest your hand on the cool handle, feel it give, and let the door swing inward, slow and soundless, onto a staircase going down. The stairs are stone, old stone, smooth in the center of each step where the years have worn them gentle. A faint silver light rises from somewhere below, not bright, never bright, just enough to see the next step and the next. That is all you ever need on a staircase like this one. The next step and the willingness to take it. Go down now. Slowly. Let one hand trail along the cool wall as you descend. Feel the temperature change against your skin, the way the air grows still and deep and quiet, the way sound softens and falls away behind you. Each step takes you further from the day, further from the tidy rooms, further from the self who had to be presentable. With every step down, something in your shoulders loosens a little more, something behind your eyes lets go. Down and down into the older part of the house. This is the part one could never quite explain to my patients in the daylight, though they always understood at the moment they began to dream. That a person is not a single room with the lights on. A person is a whole house, built downward through time. The top floors are the ones you remember building, the manners, the competence, the careful self. But beneath those, there are rooms you did not build. Rooms that were here before you. Rooms that everyone's house has, in the same deep places, as though the foundations of all of us were dug from the same old ground. There was a man, a physician, very rational, very certain of himself, who told me flatly that he did not have an unconscious, that all this business of the depths was poetry, and he had no use for poetry. And I did not argue with him. You cannot argue someone down their own stairs. But that night he dreamed, he told me, almost angrily, the next week, that he had gone down into the cellar of his childhood home and found, beneath it, another cellar he had never seen. Older, stone instead of brick. And beneath that one, cut into the rock, a low cave, and in the dust of its floor, 2 human skulls, very old, very still. He woke up shaken. He had been so sure he was only the top floor, and his own sleeping mind, in a single night, had walked him down through the whole history of himself, floor beneath floor beneath floor, until it reached the bedrock where his particular life dissolved into everyone's. I tell you this not to frighten you. The opposite. I tell you so that, as you reach the bottom of these stairs, you understand there is nothing down here that is not yours, and nothing down here that is yours alone. You are walking into the oldest, safest part of the house, the part that was holding you up the whole time you thought you were standing on your own. The stairs end. Your bare feet meet the cool, smooth stone of a cellar floor. It is dim here and wide, and the silver light pools softly in the open spaces and gathers in the corners like something patient. This is the old cellar, the first deep room, where the house keeps the things it could not throw away. Let your eyes adjust. There is no hurry. There is so much less to fear than the daylight told you. And as the light settles, you begin to see them. The things kept down here. Shapes under soft gray cloth. Old furniture from rooms that no longer exist. A chair you sat in as a child, smaller than you remember, waiting in the corner as though it always knew you would come back. The things you outgrew. The things you put away because there was no room for them upstairs in the tidy life. None of it is ruined. It was only stored, kept safe in the cool and the dark, down here in the part of you that never throws anything away. This is where the things you do not show people live. And I want to walk among them with you, slowly, because there is one in particular we have come down here to find. But first, let yourself feel how unfrightening it is. You expected a dungeon, perhaps, a place of punishment, and instead it is only a cellar. Cool, quiet, full of your own outgrown things, waiting without resentment to be remembered. There is a figure standing among the covered shapes. Do not startle. It has been waiting a long time, and it means you no harm. It is only the part of you that the daylight had no room for. The part you sent down here so that the tidy rooms could stay tidy. Every house has one, a keeper of the cellar. the self you might have been, standing quietly among the selves you set aside. In the daylight, I gave this figure a plain name, when I spoke of it to colleagues who needed plain names for things. But down here, in the dim, names like that are too cold. Let me tell you instead how it actually feels to meet it. It looks a little like you. It has your eyes, though it carries something you put down a long time ago, an anger, perhaps, you decided was unbecoming, a wildness you traded for being liked, a grief you were too busy to sit with, a wanting you told yourself you had outgrown. It is everything about you that did not fit the tidy hallway, and it has not spent these years hating you. That is the thing the daylight gets wrong. It has spent these years waiting, keeping your discarded things safe, hoping you would come down one quiet night and finally look at it without flinching. I had a patient, a kind man, gentle to a fault, the sort everyone called a saint, who dreamed again and again of a dark figure following him through his house. He was terrified of it. He wanted me to help him lock it out. And I asked him, one afternoon, the question I will ask you now. What if it is not following you to harm you? What if it has been following you all these years, because it is the part of you that you left behind, and it only wants to come home? The next time he dreamed of the figure, he did not run. He turned, in the dream, and looked at it. And he wept when he told me, because what he saw, when he finally looked, was not a monster at all. It was himself at the age when he had first decided to be good, to be only good, and never angry, never selfish, never anything that might make him hard to love. And that small, fierce, exiled self had been trailing him down all the years, carrying the strength he had thrown away in order to be liked. The strength to say no. The strength to want things for himself. He had called it a demon. It was only his own backbone, waiting in the dark for him to be ready. So look, now, at the figure in your cellar. Gently. You do not have to embrace it tonight. You do not have to forgive anything or solve anything. You need only stop pretending it is not there. That is the whole of it. That is the work that takes most people half a lifetime, and that you are doing right now, half asleep, in the dim and the quiet. Simply letting it be seen. And perhaps, very softly, you might say to it, not aloud, only in the warm dark behind your eyes, I know you are there. I am not afraid of you tonight. There is no flinching in it. No words. Only a kind of inner turning toward, the way you might turn towards someone who has been speaking to you for a long time while you pretended not to hear. Watch what happens when you do. The figure does not lunge. It does not demand. Something in its shoulders loosens, the very same loosening you felt in your own shoulders on the stairs, because of course it would, because it is you, a part of you, finally being let back into the house. And the cellar feels warmer for it, not by any fire. Forbidden fire, down here and unneeded. Warmer only the way a room is warmer when someone you love walks back into it after a long time away. This is the letter, you understand. This is what the dream was always trying to say. Not a warning, not a threat. Just come down. Come and find me. I have been keeping something of yours. And there is more of the house yet to see. Because the cellar, deep as it feels, is not the bottom. There is a smaller door at the far end of it, half hidden behind the covered shapes. And the figure that was waiting for you steps aside now to let you pass, the way a part of yourself will always step aside, once it is no longer fighting to be seen. Go to that small door. It is lower than the others. You will have to bow your head a little to pass through, and that is right. Some thresholds ask you to make yourself humble. The body knows the gesture even when the mind has forgotten why. Through it, another stair. Shorter, older still. The stone here is no longer cut and fitted. It is closer to the living rock, cool and faintly damp and very old. The silver light is dimmer and somehow deeper, the way light is in a place that has never seen a day. Go down, a few steps only, down into the vault beneath the cellar. And here the air changes. You feel it the way you feel the hush of a great empty cathedral late at night. That particular stillness that is not emptiness at all, but presence. A held breath. A waiting that is older than your name. This is the deepest room. The subterranean vault, cut into the stone foundations of the whole house of you. And I must tell you, as your guide down here, that this room does not belong only to you. The rooms above were yours, your manners, your memories, your discarded selves. But this room is the floor that all the houses share. Dig deep enough beneath any single life, and you come to the common ground, the old shared cellar of everyone who has ever lived and slept and dreamed. The same few shapes wait in everyone's deep places. The shadow you just met in the cellar above. The wise old figure who guides. The beloved other who completes. The mother, the child, the stranger at the crossroads. They are not yours, and they are not mine. They are the furniture of the deep house, and we each inherit a set when we are born, and we spend our lives meeting them one by one and mistaking them for people we know. I told you of the rational physician and his two old skulls. This is the room he reached, and it is nothing to fear. It is the most peopled solitude there is. You are most alone, here, in exactly the place where you are least alone, where your single small life rests on the same stone that has held up every life before it. Let yourself feel that, for a moment, how held you are. You came down here expecting, perhaps, to find yourself smaller the deeper you went, more exposed, more alone, and instead the depths have done the opposite. Each floor down has set you on something broader and older and more sure. The tidy self stood on the cellar. The cellar stands on the vault. And the vault stands on the bedrock that holds up everyone. You are not a small light flickering alone in the dark. You are the newest room in a house that has been standing, in one form or another, since the first human being lay down and closed their eyes and dreamed. There is a place to rest here. I have been bringing you toward it the whole way down. In the center of the vault, where the silver light gathers softest, there is a low stone seat, or perhaps it is a wide ledge, or the smooth top of an old foundation stone worn flat by time. It does not matter what you call it. It is the still place at the bottom of the house, and it has been waiting for you since before you were born. Go to it now. Sit, or lie back against the cool, smooth stone, and feel how it holds you, not soft like a bed, but sure, like the ground holds a sleeping animal, utterly without effort, utterly without doubt that it will hold. This is the stillness and stone the old houses keep at their very root. The day cannot reach you here. The tidy rooms are far above, with their lights and their duties, and they will keep without you for one night. Down here there is only the dim silver hush, and the old held breath of the deep room, and your own slow breathing finally matching it, finally slowing to the pace of stone. And now, at the bottom of the house, in the deepest and safest room there is, now you write your letter. Not with your hands. You are far past your hands now. You write it the way the dream writes its letters to you, in feeling, in image, in the wordless certainty that travels up through all the floors of the house while you sleep. Tonight you are writing to the one who will open their eyes in the morning, the you of tomorrow, blinking at the gray light, reaching already for the day's first worry. That one, that tired, hurrying, much-loved one, who will wake having forgotten most of this, but not all of it. Never quite all of it. What do you want them to know, this morning self of yours? Let it rise without effort. Perhaps only this, that there is far more of you than the tidy rooms. That the thing you have been afraid of in the cellar was never a monster, only an exile, and it has come home now, and it is gentle. That you are held by something older and surer than your own small strength, and you may lean on it. That you do not have to carry the whole house on the top floor alone. You do not have to compose it. The deep part of you already knows how to write these letters. It has been writing them to you every night of your life, in the only language it has. All you have done, tonight, is come down to the room where it writes, and sit beside it, and let it work in peace. In the morning it will arrive the way all its letters arrive, not as words, but as a small, unaccountable steadiness. A sense, when you wake, that something in the house is no longer locked. You may not remember why. You will only feel that a door you had bricked over is open again, and a cold draft you lived with for years has gone quiet and warm. That is the whole purpose of the notebook by the bed, you see. It was never about the words you scribble at dawn. It was about this, about teaching the daylight self to honor the letters of the night, to wake and reach for the pencil, and in that small gesture say to the deep house, I am listening now. You may keep writing. I will not look away. So stay here a while longer, in the still place at the bottom of the house. There is nothing left to do tonight. The figure in the cellar is at peace. The door at the end of the hallway is open and harmless now. The whole house, floor above floor above floor, stands quiet around you, and the deepest room holds you on its old sure stone, and the letter is written and sealed and already on its way up through the years to a morning that does not need you to worry it into being. Feel your breath, slow as the stone now. Feel the silver light dimming softer and softer, the way a candle dims at the end of a long, peaceful evening. You are at the bottom of yourself, in the safest room there is, held by the foundations of every house that ever stood. Nothing is asked of you here. Nothing at all. Only rest. Only the long, deep, well-earned rest of someone who finally came all the way down and looked at everything waiting in the dark and found that none of it wished them harm. Let the rooms above go dark, one by one. The tidy hallway, the room where you hold everyone together, let it sleep. It has earned its sleep. The staircase, the cellar, warm now and at peace. Let the silver light gather close and low around the still stone where you rest, and let even that begin to fade, gently, gently, as you sink the last small distance into sleep. You are home. The deepest room of you is keeping watch. You may let go now, all the way down into the quiet. Rest now. Before you drift the rest of the way under, let me leave this softly beside you, the way you'd leave a notebook by the bed. If these night journeys help you down into sleep, you can like this video so it finds others who are lying awake tonight. And if a dream of your own is waiting to be remembered, leave it in a comment. One image, one feeling, whatever surfaced, like a page from your own journal. And should you want another door to walk through tomorrow night, subscribe and one will be here. But all of that is for the morning. For now, there is only the still stone and the silver dark and your own slow breath. Sleep well. I will keep the deep room lit.